Hello, music fans. I'm here to talk about the top 10 debut albums of 2022. Want to give a spotlight on some artists that are just starting out. Even though the top three here are kind of established artists that are kind of doing side projects or solo projects, it's still cool to hear a new project, and I like to call out some of the up and coming bands. So, starting with number 10, I have Haven of Echoes with the Indifferent Stars, and this is progressive rock. They're a German band. They have high pitched male vocals, nice atmosphere, and they're fairly unique sounding and solid. Number 9 is Inhalo with Sever. This is progressive rock with some alternative metal influences in there. If you're a fan of bands like Porcupine Tree, Tesseract, and Carnival, it kind of sounds like those three bands combined to me. Number 8, I have Lapse with Face the Storm. This is progressive metal. They're a Spanish band. It's very well done and melodic. This is all singing vocals, no screaming on this one. So if you're a fan of bands like Dream Theater, you'll like this. At number 7 is Ahasver, Ahasver, and their album's called Causa Sui. This is progressive sludge metal. They're a lesser known French band, but this is really great. They deserve a lot more attention than they have, so check it out if you're a fan of bands like Baroness, The Ocean, and Mastodon. Number 6 is Nova Luna with Nova Vita. This is progressive metal. It's an Italian band, and it's really solid work for a debut. I'm excited to hear what they do next. They sing in English, but you hear a bit of an accent in their voices. And something about the phrasing and the vocal melodies and the vocal timbre of the clean singing reminds me of choruses from modern In Flames albums. If you're a fan of In Flames and Soilwork kind of styled vocals, but meeting with Dream Theater and Symphony X kind of complexity in the composition, you'll like this. My favorite track on this album is Black Stained Man, and I got chills from the melodic chorus there. Just great vocals on this one. Number 5 is Empire Springs with the Luminescence. This is progressive metal. Another amazing debut, of course, as all of these are. It's very catchy, almost emo sounding vocals on this one. Number 4 is O with 1. The band name is spelled O-U. It's progressive metal. They're a Chinese band. They signed with Inside Out Music. They have a very unique sound, and I'm looking forward to seeing where this band goes next. They have a female vocalist. They don't do any harsh vocals. They don't sing in English. They have a quirky and strange vibe. Kind of art rock like Radiohead, but mixed with rhythmic prog metal like Tool. And I think they'll be a future gem of the prog rock and metal scene if they continue. Number 3 is Obsidious with Iconic, and this is technical progressive death metal. This is just really cool technical music, great vocals with clean singing and some screams. If you're a fan of bands like Nail Obliviscaris, The Faceless, and An Abstract Illusion. I believe this band is kind of like formed from the ashes of another band. I think it has some members from Obscura, which is another band that I like. Don't quote me on that, but that's what I remember hearing about their origin story. So they kind of have some veteran musicians in the band, and that's why it's just so good, so crazy technical. It'd be amazing if it was a young band and that was their first rodeo. Number 2 is Ibaraki with Rashomon. This is progressive melodic black metal with some death metal and metalcore influences. This is a project by Trivium's Matt Heafy, so another veteran who's been around for a while, knows how to make albums. So no surprise to hear some well-practiced musicians will make my top 3 debut albums here. This was marketed as black metal, but it's not really that black metal. It's more like prog metal. There's a little bit of black metal influence in there, but there's also some death metal and metalcore influences as well. He has some great guests on here, like Isan from Emperor and Gerard Way from My Chemical Romance, who actually delivers black metal shrieks in the song Ronin, which I recommend you check out. He's actually surprisingly good at doing the black metal shrieks, and that's a great song, probably my favorite on the album. And I think it's got a bit of a Japanese concept on this album from the song titles. And my number one top debut album of 2022 is Charlie Griffiths with Tiktaalika. And this is the guitarist from Haken, so another veteran who's been around. He's made albums with his band. This is his first solo album. And he's got amazing guests on here too, like Tommy from Between the Buried and Me. He has a guest keyboard solo from Jordan Rudess. If you're a fan of Between the Buried and Me, Haken, Dream Theater, Devin Townsend, and Metallica, this album kind of sounds like those bands all mixed together. That's it for my top 10 debut albums. Let me know if there are some other killer acts that put out their first release in 2022 that I missed. And until next time, peace out.